before we give the next person to speak on this, it will be very important to order members to refer you to our standing order number 87, that it shall be 87.4.5. It shall be out of order for a member to criticize or call to question the proceedings in the Senate or the Speaker's ruling in the Senate, but any debate may be allowed on the structures and roles of the Senate in Parliament. So please be guided. Honorable Chien.
No, thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as the Honorable Ruku was contributing, I imagined the Honorable Ruku receiving a message today at 6 o'clock from his constituency manager about the death or the sickness of one of his staff in the constituency. And I wondered whether he was going to call that constituency manager back. Or, I mean, I just imagined at 10 p.m. today, the Honorable Ruku receiving information from one of his staff members that one of his campaigners is unwell or has an emergency. And I imagined whether he would call that person who has sent the message back, or he would wait until those working hours, assuming we were to set them up. And so, Mr. Speaker, it's good to think about the ramifications of some of the proposals we make when we come to Parliament. Because, Mr. Speaker, I believe employment, working for, with, or under, assumes that over time, people get relationships, people get to like their jobs, people get to learn how they work. And Mr. Speaker, I don't imagine that employees or employers would be getting in touch with each other after hours, in quotes, for fun. And so much as people may have an issue with an employer calling back an employee or calling to make an inquiry or calling after hours, I believe that this is a knee-jerk reaction. I believe that this is tantamount to summoning a hammer to fire a mosquito. So, Speaker, I wish there was a way in which we could leave this to the good sense of the employers and the employees. Because the moment we say that there are times when an employer cannot or will not get in touch with an employer about an emergency situation. What about at times when the employee himself or herself may have done something that needs to be corrected? What about circumstances where the agencies of work require that they keep in touch throughout? And like Honorable Bundu has said, in a world where nowadays people work without seeing each other, in a world where we are talking about taptengle, you know, where someone is working in Europe for someone in Africa, or someone is working in Africa for someone in Canada, why would you try to limit, why do you want to limit these kind of interactions in case or in cases where they actually may make the work to be easier or better? So, Mr. Speaker, I believe that this bill is ill-guided. I believe that it will not improve anything in the work environment. On the contrary, it may make the people who already are working lose their jobs. I imagine a situation where someone refuses to pick the calls of their bosses or of their supervisors, and the following morning they're given a letter saying, your job is over. Where will this member be? Mr. Speaker, I think this is some of the things that we should leave to the realm of policy and work environments as they evolve, instead of legislating on matters that we cannot even supervise or enforce. Mr. Speaker, I oppose. Thank you.
The Honorable Basil, followed by the Honorable Lady Lillian.
Thank you. Thank you, Speaker. I can see my brother, Honorable Wilberforce, is smiling. He knows what I'm about to say. I think I'll join my friend, Honorable Ruku, to fully support this bill. And the reason I support it, there's a reason why we have working hours. If we talk of 8 hours working hours, that has to be respected. We have seen a situation whereby employers abuse workers. So we need to protect employees. And that's why